Hello everybody, this is Davo from Esports bringing you a Starcraft 2 1v1 cast today. Hooray! This time, well, once again actually, from the subreddit caster. Amazing. In the top left hand corner today we have our red Protoss who goes by the name of Zergalicious. He is the uploader of said game today. And you know what time it is? It is showtime because he is over here in the right hand corner and he is our blue Zerg. Awesome. So I've had a pretty good week. Don't know about you guys. Guild Wars 2 is out and it is really good. Or at least I think it is. I like it a lot, and I hopefully we'll be seeing a lot from the PvP aspect of said Guild Wars. I know ArenaNet are saying a lot about their PvP system currently, but that is just something that I hope will happen eventually. Hooray! Yes! Amazing. Why not? Lovely. So we do have Zergalicious, who is not Zergalicious. He is actually Protoss-alicious, currently scouting, unfortunately for him, the wrong way on this map today. The Zelnaga Watchtowers are never particularly my favourite on said map, as I mean, you can hold the middle, but if you're positioned like this, where it's kind of a straight line, rather than diagonal, then there is no real use holding the watchtowers, as it doesn't actually cover this area where this probe has just demonstrated for us that it has been, if that makes any sense at all. Goodness me. Completely on it. Showtime looking to get his hatchery up right now. Boom, down it goes. Lovely hatchery. Is that a hatchery before pool? It is, so that means that we will probably see... Well, I was going to say that we would probably see a Nexus before Forge from Zergalicious, but not today. That is absolutely fine. No problem in taking a slightly safer option, leading into maybe that Immortal push that is absolutely deadly with the Warp Prism at around 11 minutes. Zerg find it very, very difficult to deal with. Anybody who's unsure, just go on Team Liquid and have a look at the Protoss builds. You should see the one that I am on about. It is crazy, and I know that a lot of Zerg players at this level, which is Platinum by the way, do struggle with it, and we do have Zergalicious going for the 3 pylon blocking, which is something that we do very commonly actually see. This is something that happens more often than you might think. Well, I mean, I've personally never seen it when playing on ladder, but you know what, the last 2 games I've played have actually had this, and we will see cannons going down as well. Another cannon right here is going to be shooting at that hatchery until it explodes, and this little scorpion thing inside escapes, but it does look like maybe the hatchery is not going to get cancelled. No, it does right at the last minute, maybe fooling Zergalicious into putting down that second photon cannon, but the question is, will he be cancelling this one as well? Is that going to happen? Who knows? Who knows? Meanwhile, Showtime actually doing a massive sneaky and putting a hatchery in Zergalicious' base. So this is pretty interesting right about now. I can only presume, yes, that is a gateway. So we are going to see Zealots coming out to try and help deal with this hatchery. So a lovely shake up to the start of the game. This is not your standard start to the game currently. I mean, this is a map where you can't particularly hide a proxy hatch too well. I mean, maybe you could hide it here, but it might get seen. The cancel goes down on the hatchery, turning it into an evolution chamber instead, which of course uses less minerals. And the cannon is just going to be shooting away at said evolution chamber. And I'm not actually sure it's even get the finish. Showtime might want to consider cancelling this to save his minerals, seeing as when it does go up, it will only go up for a bit. And that is cancelled, getting 57 minerals back. The drone just making it out alive. Meanwhile, we have more cannon rush goodness going down over here in Showtime's third base. Zergalicious really quite, well, both players actually quite on top of the cannon rushing currently. The Spinecrawler waiting to borrow on some lovely creep here so he can start taking care of the pylons. But I mean, Showtime does need to do something here and get out of this situation that he is in. And when I say that, I mean the fact that he hasn't been able to expand because Zergalicious's harassment has been so effective, really. We do have Showtime going and trying to take that 4th, which unfortunately will be scattered by the probe here. And of course we will see a pylon and cannon being thrown up here as well, because that is seemingly what Zergalicious's tactic is currently. And is this Spinecrawler going to go down? He is going to go down and just start poking away at the pylons. Of course, pylons are pretty vulnerable to being poked, especially by Spinecrawlers that are on the high ground. And there we go. the chronicle has begun of the spine crawler who likes to poke. There we go, and just busting through right now, and he will be through that pylon very, very quickly indeed, and then obviously he will have to deal with the cannon somehow as well. The spine crawler I don't think is actually in range of the cannon currently. No, he is not. But the spine crawler nevertheless having a jolly old time poking away. Meanwhile, it does actually look like maybe this hatchery will get up. The photon cannon is also going to get up though. But I mean, right now ShowTime must want to expand so badly. Zergalicious has used a lot of minerals through building lots and lots of cannons, and that can only go to damage him. No army units on the way, especially for Zergalicious right now. But we do have a Nidus network, or a hatchery right outside Zergalicious's base there. But nevertheless, a Nidus network on the way, and of course that will mean that we will see some infiltration of the Protoss base here. The Overlord already in position to scout out and see where the ideal place for the Nidus network is, and it is going to be right on this ledge, I can only presume. So Zergalicious is probably going to want to scout his base pretty quickly. Spinecrawler has moved down the ramp, especially to kill off this photon cannon, and it does look like the photon cannon will be going down very, very quickly indeed. Boom! There it goes. Awesome. Fantastic. Meanwhile, we do have the Nidus network coming down. A lot of roaches inside Zergalicious' base, and this could be all she wrote for Zergalicious, especially if they're going to see more reinforcements coming out. That sentry is not going to want to force field the ramp just yet. Maybe now he could force field the ramp, stop the roaches from coming down here, but already the cannons might be a good enough, what's the word for it, deterrent for the roaches to come down the ramp. And currently Zergalicious actually mining virtually nothing. If we look at the income tab, only 120 mining and falling currently, because of course the roaches can shoot down from the high ground. If we look at the production tab, 5 more roaches on the way, and this can be a very, very difficult situation for any Protoss to be in. It's something that can really, really hurt Protoss quite badly, is when they spend a load of time harassing in the first stages of the game like this, and they block in and everything seems peachy. Zerg can turn around, do an Overlord drop, do something like this, a Nidus network, whatever they like, and things can turn very sour for Protoss pretty quickly indeed. And it does look like the Nexus is actually going to go down right now. Boom! There it goes. So of course we literally have Zergalicious in quite a spot of bother right now. Hatchery gone up for ShowTime just outside the main base. Not quite sure what the point of it is. Maybe to threaten his opponent with the impending creep that is coming up the ramp, but who knows. Meanwhile, Void Ray has just finished. Oh, and of course, roaches are quite defenseless against Void Rays, so this attack will be over very, very quickly right now. But needless to say, the damage is done, and I genuinely think that ShowTime might be able to really, really damage his opponent right now if he was to go for a full frontal attack. He just needs to get something that will deal with the Void Rays. I mean, obviously a Queen will, more than one Queen will do. Oh, I really don't like the idea of coming down this ramp right now for ShowTime, especially not staying here. Microing a little bit to the right might have been an optimal conclusion. Maybe taking down the pylons, seeing as there's only 2 pylons, 3 cannons. And it definitely looks like this is all going to get cleared up by the Void Rays of Zergalicious, only just holding on to everything that he holds dear in this life. The Void Rays are just going to be cruising around right now. Meanwhile, 11 roaches on Zerve going straight into the Nidus network. Nidus network has actually gone down, and there won't be another one coming down anytime soon. Oh wait, no, there is, because obviously we do have vision from the creep tuner. And here we are, more Nidus worm coming out of the ground, containing a lot of roach, and of course roaches are very, very good indeed. But it might be high time for ShowTime to start looking into other technology that he could possibly be getting in order to take care of the Void Ray threat to his army. Meanwhile, he has no defenses currently. I mean, quite a lot of Zerglings might actually do him right now, go in there and kill off the economy of his opponent. But meanwhile, I mean, this Queen right here, she is going to be vulnerable if more than one Void Ray comes and attacks her. One Queen versus one Void Ray, the Queen will always win. But, I mean, if that Void Ray is charged, Queenie Poo stands very little chance, and there she goes, she has gone down indeed. If we look at the workers killed tab, we can see that ShowTime has killed 17 of his opponent's workers, and that is pretty good indeed. Not bad, and I definitely think Zergalicious is in a lot of trouble right now. Floating minerals, he does need to start production on another Void Ray. Needless to say, ShowTime really needs to get his socks on and actually get some anti-air, Hydralisks with group spines, whatever he likes. He just needs to get it, because that is one thing that will help him in winning this game. His opponent is definitely on the rocks, as it were. There are basically nothing the Zerg can do at this point in time. Sorry, the Protoss can do at this point in time to save himself. He just needs, like, the Zerg just needs to get some anti-air on the roll, because otherwise he's going to be in trouble right now, because I mean there are a lot of Void Rays heading towards his base. Void Rays have like one of the coolest models as well. I've always thought that. Look at that, he's so cool. He's like looking around at his control buttons and whatnot. Amazing. That queen is obviously going to go down. The latest patch, 5+ range, or at least one of the later patches, she had 5+ range. 3 queens up here. Good transfuses will save the day right now, but are we going to see good transfuses? We are going to see microing backwards, but where are the transfuses? There are so many transfuses that could be going down right here. Where are the transfuses? Especially on this old girl here. She has 31 health remaining. That Stalker, unfortunately for him, did perish. The Void Rays are going to want to be pretty careful around here, especially because there is a Spore Crawler just sitting here waiting to take down any unsuspecting Protoss flying unit. ShowTime actually getting queens out to deal with the Void Rays right now. Obviously the optimum of tactics, because he does need anti-air, as I have been stressing. That is what I currently believe is to be the problem with ShowTime's strategy. Also, Zergling speed might go pretty well. There is still a rather large gaping hole in Zergalicious' base. He could do all sorts of damage with Zerglings coming up through here. Another Nidus Worm appearing. Obviously, the backdoor entrance is slightly more discreet. This Spore Crawler is going to be taking down a Void Ray. No, it's not, but the Void Rays do actually switch target onto the queens, which is getting transfused this time, which doesn't help the Void Rays' plight. They could have just been better off to take down the Spore Crawler straight off, but it does look like these queens are going to fall. No many transfuses are actually going to be able to save the queens from this many Void Rays. This Spore Crawler is going to go down. One Void Ray nearly down as well, though. 24 HP remaining on him. Queen basically exploding, and these Void Rays are causing all sorts of problems for ShowTime right now, and I'm really thinking that ShowTime might have lost this game just through not having enough cover on the air. In fact, I think that's entirely it. Maybe more Spore Crawlers would have been a great thing to have. Maybe some Hydralisks. I mean, he did have the layer. Oh, there's the GG from ShowTime. I mean, ShowTime doing a very natural reaction from a Protoss that is blocking in and being as harassful as Zergalicious was being, so that's absolutely fine. I can see no problem in that. But he didn't react, in my opinion, well enough to the Void Ray threat. Zerg is a race where you have to react extremely well to your opponent. They're an extremely reactive race, primarily because they can make as many units as they like on the fly, considering how many larvae they have. I mean, he only finished on one base as well. You would usually see a Zerg player on multiple bases by the end, even with harassment, as great as what Zergalicious did. So, I mean, ShowTime. Nice turnaround by Zergalicious, stopping his opponent from winning, obviously. By use of Void Ray, aka Skill Rays. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed this latest edition of Zcasting, or my casting, or whatever. Have a nice day, enjoy playing Starcraft, and I will talk to you guys next time. Cheers.